Welcome to this week's Twin Flame Soulmate Love Reading from the week of 18th of May to the 25th of May 2021. We have got, right now, Mercury retrograde. We're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde at the moment. So you might already start to be feeling the communication issues and the breakdowns and communication and relationship issues and things like that already happening. We've also got a full moon lunar eclipse coming on the 26th. The retrograde is the 29th, is when that begins, to the 22nd, right as Cancer season begins. And we will be having a full lunar eclipse on the 26th that eclipses things out of your life and eclipses things back into your life. We've also got Pluto in retrograde right now too, bringing all the shadow work to the fore for you to deal with and work through at the moment as well. So there's a lot going on astrologically for us to work on and deal with. And there's a lot of communication stuff that needs to be looked at and worked on and dealt with too. Cards are falling out. So astrologically, oh, by the way, you feel the retrograde, the Mercury retrograde, about 3 weeks before. It's called the shadow of the retrograde. And with eclipses, lunar and solar eclipses, you feel it for 2 weeks before and after. And with the retrograde, you feel them for 3 weeks before and after. And retrograde is when a planet seems to appear to be spinning backward, kind of giving the opposite of what it normally does. Like with Pluto, Pluto is a planet of intensity, of love, of psychic gifts, of psychic power, of distance, emotional distance at times, of frozen energy, right? It can be all of that, right? But sorry, I don't like cards going everywhere. I don't like it messy. I like them clean, neat. Anyway, it's got a lot of it's really a lot of intensity, sexuality, things like that. It rules the sign Scorpio. So that, like I said, is emotional intensity, right? Because Scorpio is a water sign. Although they live in the desert and all that, they are still assigned to the water element. There's a lot of people that argue over that. Why are they assigned to a water element? They're fire, obviously. Well, they do act like fire, but think of them as like boiling water underneath the icy water, because they are a fixed sign. Scorpio is a fixed sign. I don't know why I'm going into Scorpio so much, but here we go. I guess it helps us understand Pluto. But Scorpio is a fixed water sign, which means it's like frozen water. But Scorpio is not a frozen, my hand is crapping, frozen kind of person at like all. It just is that they seem kind of frozen and seem back offish until you get to know them. And then underneath that icy exterior is this fiery passion. So Pluto is also a very passionate planet, but Scorpio is also ruled by Mars, co-ruled by Mars, because it used to be attributed to Mars. It used to be assigned to Mars until Pluto was found. So we've also got Mercury retrograde coming up, and that rules the planets Virgo and Gemini, and it's going to be in Gemini this time. So people with a lot of Gemini in their chart, or that are a Gemini, are going to kind of get a triple whammy actually, because they're experiencing a lot of the turbulation of the communication, because they're a communication planet with Mercury being retrograde. My son is a Virgo with a Gemini moon, so when a retrograde hits, he gets really hit hard with it, and then with it being in Gemini, it's going to hit him even harder. So we have got a lot of that coming up, and like I said, it's about 3 weeks before the retrograde that you start feeling the energy, and we are just about a week away, about 11 days away, 2 weeks away from the retrograde coming on us full force and smacking us all. So this reading is looking interesting, quite interesting. A lot going on here. Right, so it looks like in the past, I had to have a look over everything. Looks like in the past, so far, we have got the Four of Wands upside down, the Eight of Cups, the Prince of Pentacles, Princess, or the Page of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Seven of Swords upside down. Seven of Swords being upside down is actually a good thing. It's kind of telling a story here too. Told you I'm kind of liking my cards looking neat as possible. I'm getting like that lately. So in the past, with the Four of Wands upside down, like a beautiful love relationship situation that was going seemingly really well, kind of turned on a dime, and it was walked away from, even though there was a lot of contentment, love, and joy. This person, we've got the Empress card, we've got the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles in this deck is writing as if they're trying to communicate, like they're trying to say what they need to say in order to get their point across. Like this could be a text message, this could be a written letter, even, because some people still do that. I've done it. Some people still write written letters. I've been accused of it. Anyway, that's all for that. Okay. Kind of going slow, sorry. You can write written letters, but the woman that they are talking to, because this is a woman or a female energy, if you are a female in a masculine physique, the woman they are talking to is strong, is powerful, is beautiful, is their one. Like they're one, you know. This woman carries beautiful goddess energy, and they're saying, you know, I'm afraid, I can't do this, because this is about fear here. This is about walking away out of fear of not feeling good enough, about not feeling worthy enough, about not, you know, feeling enough, right? For this person that they feel is out of their league. Or they feel like they have to, oh, look at that, cool. They've got to face a lot of obstacles to be with or be around. But we've got the Seven of Pentacles, a Seven of Swords upside down. The Seven of Swords right side up, it really talks about an energy of like infidelity in a love reading, cheating, betrayal, mistrust, things like that, and creating mistrust. And with it being upside down, it's saying, it's like this Page of Pentacles is saying, like a young earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I didn't do everything you thought I did. It wasn't for the reasons that you thought I did it. But I'm afraid. I'm worried. I can't stand in this energy and feel afraid and worried. I feel like I need more. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. So this is like, that's a transformation. That's talking about transformation. And this has to do with like a fear of death. Someone has a trauma because of someone that died while they were in a relationship, and they are running from anything that feels like that because they feel like they would be compromising, like, again, like they did in the past, and creating problems. Like, this can't be long distance, because if it's long distance, you know, I'm going to be away from, I'm going to miss out, you know, and it's being in a fear state that the reason why, if this is a twin flame connection, the reason why you are being challenged every turn and you have to deal with stuff is because a twin flame connection challenges you and has you dealing with all of the issues and fears so that you can heal them. That's what a twin flame, one of the very key reasons for twin flame relationships or higher soulmate relationships is to heal your trauma and your hurt and your fear, right? It's the biggest healer of that kind of stuff. And then we've got another card, transformation. She wants to come up here and say hi and help me read. You guys know Adema. You've seen her in lots of my readings. So we've got the Page of Cups. Whereas in the past they were writing, this time the Page of Cups is drinking in. We've got the Star card. That is a twin flame energy card. I just learned from another reader not long ago. I thought it was a Sun card. I always seen it as a Sun card. But the twin flame energy card can be the Star card too, because, you know, it's wishes fulfilled, dreams fulfilled, wholeness, stuff like that. We've got the Two of Swords upside down and the Ace of Swords right side up. And I'm already getting information on what's going on here. So we've got this person that was walking away in the past. Okay, now this can be Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus, and this can be Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, but it doesn't have to be. How I'm seeing this right now, we've also got the King, the Knight of Pentacles here too, making an offer. Like, could be making an earth sign, making an offer to a water sign. But how I was seeing this page, going from the earth, writing and talking about how they're afraid and wanting to be stuck in the old energy from the past, to becoming more fluid and saying, you know what, maybe this is the person, maybe this is right, maybe I need to take a risk, maybe I need to take a chance, maybe I need to dive in and figure out where I need to be for myself, because this is probably the one. This is the person that I want to be with. This is the person that I need to be with. This is the person that I care about, right? So then here comes the wishes being fulfilled, and kind of like it's as if I realize you're my soulmate, you're my twin flame, you're the one. I realize you're the higher dimensional person. I realize you're that person that I need to be with. I'm not going to hold back my feelings anymore from you and sit in fear of losing everything, because, you know, I've made the decision with the Two of Swords upside down to make you my one, to make you the person that I'm with for good, right? And we've got transformation even, and I was talking about transformation in the past. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So in this connection, your love for each other is going to deepen, so much so that it's going to transform and conquer all the problems that you guys have been experiencing thus far. We have got in the near future, with the retrogrades coming up, there is some stuff going down. Now, we've got the Death card and we have got the Wheel of Fortune upside down. If you are in a relationship, you will not break up. We just talked about it. It's kind of a confirmation of the transformation of your relationship. Now that the decision has been made, now that there's no longer the running that there was before, now that things are becoming more even, you're seeing the Death card here as making it clear that this is a transformation energy, right? So we've got the Wheel of Fortune upside down. So this is saying that right now things aren't as fortunate as they could be with all of this planetary energy. Don't do anything during the retrograde. Don't break up with anybody. Don't get back together with anybody. But before the retrograde starts, make sure that you communicate exactly where you want to be with your person and work on it, with the Three of Pentacles here and this Knight of Swords rushing in to do what they need to do before that transformation energy, you know, gets a little bit too tumultuous for everybody. Because we've got the Four of Pentacles with the Princess of Wands here, or the Page of Wands. The Wands are fiery energy, can be sexual energy. That is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And we've also got this right here, Knight of Swords. This can be Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. This also can indicate, I think I had said something like this in the reading last week. I don't really remember readings usually, but I remember I'm being fed. I remember a little bit, and I'm being fed by my guides a little bit, that there is an ex that may try to come back. Okay? It could be someone you know that this is happening with, and you can see what's going on. Maybe you need to give them some good advice. Maybe you need to tell them the truth. Cut that off. Leave it alone. That ain't good for you. If they ain't making it official, they ain't making it real, they aren't making a commitment, you need to leave it alone, right? And this could be this is the air sign this is being done to. This could be an air sign trying to return. And with the Page of Wands here, this could also be a fire sign that you're dealing with, or a fire sign trying to return, or you're the fire sign. But there is Like I was talking about before, the ex trying to return, but not sacrificing here your current relationship for an old relationship, which is a bad idea to do because it will go sour really quick and you will have lost both people. So do not do that, especially during retrograde. Leave any exes right where they're at. If they message you, don't even reply. If they knock on your door, don't open the door. If they call you, and you hear them on the phone, if you have an old phone like me, because I still have an old phone, I like it, okay, and I have a mobile phone too. But if that ex tries to get a hold of you, you leave them right where they're at. Leave them alone. I don't care if it's not retrograde yet. I don't care if it's right after retrograde. Leave them alone. Okay, they need to just be left where they're at. And I can see that it caused a lot. Like, I feel like this is for like half of you, that you're in a relationship already, and the relationship that you're in already, do not sacrifice it for this ex that's not worth it, because they haven't changed. Even if they look like they have when they come around, they have not. And you're going to be trapped in some really bad energy, and it's just going to get worse. And you will have given up someone else for trash energy. Not trash people, trash energy. When it comes to matters of the heart, there is no right or wrong. Every choice you make expands your understanding of life and love. Right after I said, don't go back to the ex. Listen, don't. Okay? For those of you that are single, that the ex might be coming back if they were abusive, I know how tempting it is. Don't do it. Leave them alone. Just leave them alone. Okay? What you did in the past, I think what this card is saying, is the way you loved in the past was the way you loved in the past. And you need to keep that love that you had then. Okay? And don't bring it into your future. You weren't wrong for loving them then, but you would be wrong knowing who they are for loving them now. Okay? You would just be putting yourself single or taken, whoever this applies to, in a situation where you would end up being hurt. So we've got the Ace of Cups here. That is love. We've got the Seven of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Strength card, and the Devil. Okay. So things are really starting to heat up. The Devil card can be a Capricorn. I want you to be, and this could be a Leo with the Strength card, but they don't just mean that. I just gave a serious warning about an ex coming back, right? And if you leave your current relationship or cheat on your current relationship, it is going to be nothing but bad. Nothing but bad, especially with the Ten of Swords here and the Devil card here. Okay? The Strength card is having the strength to stay on the path you are at and keep growing the relationship that you're already in, if you're in a relationship, or keep working on yourself and loving yourself, not going back to old relationships and situations that clearly were not good for you, because they wouldn't have been your ex if it wasn't for some stuff they did. And I'm really feeling like, for the group I'm talking to, these are people with exes that were quite extraordinarily bad to them. Well, that extraordinarily bad person is still that extraordinarily bad person. And when they come back with their new charm and all this and that, it isn't going to be that they're any different. They're not any different. They are still the way they were before. Okay? So leave them alone. And this is a big warning with the retrograde. Love is not always about agreeing for the sake of it. A great relationship both supports and challenges. But the ex from the past did not give you support. And the one you're with does give you support. And I was talking about twin flames challenging you and giving you, what you need to heal. And that's where you're at. You're in a good relationship, a higher divine love relationship. The person from the past most likely was a karmic situation, and that's why you need to leave that alone. You don't want to revisit that karma. You're done with that karma. I was reading this thing the other day about sometimes relationships being addictive. I have been in situations like this myself, where what they do to you, you become addicted to people. It's not love, it's addiction. That they get you addicted to them with the way they abuse you. They go from these mean states to these nice states, and mean and nice, going from mean to honeymoon, right? And that is what causes all this confusing, situations. And that's why you get addicted to them, because it goes from mean to honeymoon, mean to honeymoon. That's what causes it to become addictive and for you to become fixated on it, especially for people with addictive personalities. So understand that that relationship from the past was an addictive cycle. If you go back, you will be right back into the addictions. Anybody struggling with drug abuse or has before in the past, yeah, be careful. You might be more tempted now than ever with all of these retrogrades and these energies going on because this might be your way of coping. Do not go back to your old ways of using. I understand that it's easier, but you fought hard to get away from that. Well, now we've got the Three of Wands, the Judgment. We have got the King of Swords. Now that can be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And we've got Justice upside down. Okay? That would be Libra too, but it's also upside down, but it doesn't have to be Libra. The Judgment card is about reconciliation. Do you see? We've got the Three of Wands, and then in this card, the person is sitting there all by themselves, happy as they can be, just loving life, right? Paying attention to their own life, resting, having a great time. They're victorious. They've got a great life. And then here comes this ex, because we've had this happen, showing up a couple times. Here comes this ex trying to rekindle things, and it could be an air sign, and you could be an air sign. Again, take this as this resonates. I think what this is pointing out is the retrograde too, because it is falling in an air sign and it rules like Gemini and Virgo. But I'm thinking this is representing that. But we've got Judgment upside down. Okay, meaning this is not good. This is karma. This is not balance. That person is karmic. You grew from that relationship. You learned what you needed to learn. You let go of the addictions in your life, both people and drugs. And it's time for you to heal up, move on, and find, you know what I mean? For the people that are single, it's time for you to find someone that will truly love you. For the people that are taken, do not sacrifice your beautiful relationship where you're comfortable and safe for someone that is not worth it and will hurt you worse, and you will lose this good person for someone that isn't worth it. So surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. What I've been saying through the whole reading. So, gosh, some real warnings there for you guys not to go back to exes and to cherish the person that you're with now. If you break up during retrogrades, you really end up regretting it even before the retrograde's over. And if you get back together with an ex, you end up regretting it even before the retrograde's over. And since this is a relationship reading, that's what I'm focusing on. But that has to do with a lot of things. That has to do with drug addiction. That has to do with every kind of addiction and stuff in your life. So guys, be very careful out there. You're healing a lot. Be easy on yourself. You don't have to fall back into a bottle or back into an addiction or back into an old relationship. That karma, that way of life is done. You have healed. You're okay now. I'll see you next week. Have a bright, blessed week. Thank you for watching.